Countries have developed and advanced in diverse areas of influence worldwide. Here's a look at 10 of the most powerful leading nations in terms of military power, economic prowess, and cultural impact. Welcome back to FTD Facts. LEROY KENTON here, and now let's jump into this episode. Number 10 leads us to the country of Israel. Israel is the sole Jewish state globally. Despite its small size though, it has a very big significant impact on global affairs. Modern day Israel's roots can be traced back to the World War I when Zionists advocated for a Jewish state in Palestine. Currently, the boundaries of Israel remain disputed, with the United Nations Security Council denouncing Israeli settlements in the area in 2016, leading Israel to sever ties with many of the countries that voted in favor of the resolution. Israel is a parliamentary democracy divided into 6 regions. While Jerusalem is Israel's claimed capital, it lacks broad international recognition though, and most foreign countries keep their embassies in Tel Aviv. Number 9 leads us to the United Arab Emirates, also known as the UAE, is a federation of 7 emirates. The country comprises rocky deserts, wetlands, waterless mountains, and coastlines that extend along the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Before the discovery of oil in the mid-20th century, the UAE's economy relied mainly on fishing and pearl industry. The country then underwent a significant economic transformation when oil exports began in the 1960s. Today, the UAE's per capita gross domestic product rivals that of prominent Western European nations, according to the CIA's World Factbook. On top of that, the World Economic Forum recognized the country as the most competitive economy in the Arab world. Despite being traditional at its core, the UAE is one of the Gulf's most progressive nations with a constitution that supports religious freedom. The UAE is also famous for Dubai and Abu Dhabi, its 2 largest cities, which attract millions of tourists each and every year. And of course, those places are known for the expensive, lavish lifestyles that many of their residents live. Coming at the number 8 spot, we have Japan. Japan is recognized as one of the most literate and technologically advanced nations in the world. It consists of 4 main islands and over 6,800 smaller islands. The country's political unification dates back to the late 4th and early 5th centuries BC. Civilization flourished from the late 8th to the late 12th centuries, followed by centuries of military rule. Japan also has the 3rd largest economy in the entire world, and the country is a major producer of motor vehicles, electronic equipment, as well as steel. The service sector makes up the highest percentage of the economy in terms of gross domestic product and employment. A powerful country at number 7 is France. France has had a significant impact on the world throughout history in areas such as science, politics, economics, as well as culture. And with a high income economy, France is considered a very wealthy nation by the World Bank. The French economy is a combination of private enterprise as well as government intervention. The country relies heavily on tourism as one of its major economic contributors and is often listed as the most visited country in the world. Other important economic sectors include agriculture, energy, and defense, with France being a leading exporter of military weapons. Coming down in the number 6 spot, we have South Korea. The Republic of South Korea, commonly known as South Korea, has faced challenges in establishing true democracy due to authoritarian rule and military coups. Nevertheless, since 1987, the country has consistently held direct presidential elections. South Korea's economy is known for its high-tech and service-based industries, and it has become a foreign investment success story. The nation has seen steady growth and poverty reduction since the 1960s and is now among the world's largest economies. The capital city of Seoul is home to the headquarters of Samsung, Hyundai, and Kia, representing two of South Korea's important exports, which are technology and cars. South Korea has one of the world's largest gross national savings and reserves of foreign investment. They also have an increasing disposable household income that's all across the country. Next up, coming in at number 5, we have the United Kingdom. This is definitely a highly developed nation that wields significant international, economic, political, and scientific as well as cultural influence. As the nation has withdrawn from the European Union, the UK's global role is undergoing a transformation that raises some new questions. The UK's global influence is rooted in the British Empire, which developed during the colonial era and peaked in the early 20th century before transitioning to decolonization in the aftermath of World War II. London, the capital city, is a major international financial hub and one of the most frequently visited cities on the planet. The banking and tourism industries are components of a broader service sector that drives much of the country's economic growth. Number 4 leads us to Germany. Germany, which is the largest European Union member state in terms of population, boasts one of the world's largest economies and has increasingly gained prominence in the global community since reunification. Its central location in Europe is flanked by 9 neighboring countries, and Germany's economy is a social market economy that combines free market capitalism with social service guarantees. It is one of the world's largest and most active importers and exporters, with the service sector including telecommunications, healthcare, and tourism being the largest contributor to the economy there. Industry and agriculture are also significant economic sectors. Germany has a highly skilled as well as a very prosperous workforce. A lot of immigrants are moving there because of the opportunities. But despite being one of the world's most popular migration destination, the country's open door policy has been met with some criticism following recent crimes that have been committed at its borders. From there, we look at Russia in at the number 3 spot. Russia, with an enormous size, is the world's largest country in terms of land area, covering most of the northern Asia and a significant part of Eastern Europe. It is twice the size of the second largest country, Canada, and shares borders with more than a dozen nations, as well as it shares sea borders with Japan and the United States. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Russia became an independent country. Russia is ranked number 2 in terms of military power, and it has a whopping annual defense budget of over $82 billion US. Tensions, though, between Russia and the West have increased as a result of Russia's annexation of Crimea back in 2014 and its involvement in the conflict in Ukraine, leading to sanctions being imposed by Western nations. Powerful country at number 2 is China. China is home to one of the world's oldest civilizations and has been ruled by the Communist Party since 1949. And that's when it was established as the People's Republic of China. With over 1.4 billion people, it is the world's most populous country and one of the largest countries by land area. China has experienced rapid economic growth over the past several decades and has become one of the world's fastest growing major economies. China has transitioned from a centrally planned to a market-based economy, and it now has the world's second largest economy, behind only the United States. While China's economic growth has lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, it still faces several domestic challenges, such as balancing population growth with natural resources, as well as the rising income inequality and pollution. Ending this episode off at number 1, the most powerful country in the world is the United States of America. It's also the most powerful military and economic force on the planet. The United States of America is, of course, a North American nation with a cultural impact that extends globally, particularly through its music, films, and television. The United States operates as a constitutional-based federal republic made up of 50 states, and its economy is the world's largest, backed by advanced technology. Among its most valuable exports are computers and electronic equipment, vehicles, chemicals, food, live animals, as well as military hardware. On top of that, the United States has the planet's largest coal reserves, and despite its global dominance, the nation faces internal challenges, including income inequality, racial tensions, as well as a growing divide among its citizens. The United States is often a leading participant in international organizations and played a key role in the creation of institutions like the United Nations, NATO, and the World Bank. So there you have it, guys. This was a look at 10 of the most powerful countries in the world. Sound off down below in the comments about anything that was shared in this video. And if you made it this far, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.